Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is May 4th, and so I've been working out in the garden this afternoon, getting some color put out here. I'll show you that in here in just a second. We got something with the tomato plants I want to show you that we talked about earlier, and I want to show you the difference between uh, pulling the suckers off and not pulling the suckers off. So let me show you the flowers right quick, and then we'll get over on the tomatoes. So we already had those flowers over there in. We've had those in for a little bit, but we added some of these in today. Got a few planted. Still got some to go. But yeah, wanted to get a little color out here. I did get a nice rose bush and got it planted. This is the first one in the backyard. We've got Minnow's got several out front. So anyway, let me come over here. I want to show you what I was talking about on the tomatoes. So if you look at these tomatoes back here, I'm keeping the suckers pruned off of these. They're nice linear tomatoes. Plenty of room for airflow. We're getting fruit on those. They're doing really well. I like them. Even the cherry tomato back there is doing really well. So these other ones are doing well also, but you can see the quagmire, the difference between tomato plants that have the suckers pruned off of them and the ones that don't. So this one doesn't. It had some earlier, but I kind of let them go so I could give you an idea of what it looks like with the suckers on it and what they do. They kind of take over. They make it big. It's not a problem, but you have to keep them thinned out some. I got to thin these out quite a bit, and you got to start tying them up because they're not running up the stake anymore. Here's a huge sucker here that I left on as a demonstration. This whole thing here comes from a sucker, and I have fruit on it, or I've got a set on it, some flowers, but I'm going to have to tie this up, or before long it's going to be down laying on the ground, and I have some down here on the ground I need to get cut off of that one already. So that's the difference. So you can see the airflow capabilities between this one and those over there, right? So I'm gonna have to clean these up quite a bit, but I wanted to show that to you. And then that leads into the next thing I wanted to show you, a little invention of mine. So on the tomatoes here, where I left these where the suckers are coming off, I could tie them up really easy. I've got the frame, all the framework up above here is the same. So I have lots of places that I can tie them up. I don't have to run them all up the stake. In order to do that, and I've done that in the past, and I've used those plastic tomato ties that snap onto the string, and I have tried elastic string. I've tried a number of different things, and they worked okay, or they didn't work very well. The hard plastic ones, they get brittle and break, and they're not very reliable. I guess if you're keeping them pruned like I am those over there, they would work probably pretty good. But with those, I use my tool here my tape tool that I like a lot. But for these that I'm going to tie up, I need to use something different. And about 4 years ago, I started making these. And what it is an inner tube. I have holes poked through it, and I'll show you how I use these, and then maybe tomorrow I'll do a video and I actually show you how I make these. It's really easy. You can use these year after year. These are new ones, but I have a whole bucket here somewhere. I think it's in the greenhouse that I took off from last year, and I'll use those here. But I'm going to use these to tie these up here. I'm going to put one on. Since I don't have both hands free, I'll put one on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And how it works. So I'll just tie this limb up that I just showed you. Okay, so a couple different things. So on these limbs that I have to tie up and that I let the suckers come off, I let the big sucker come off, but I still have other suckers that are coming in. I'm going to continue to take those off. If I let every sucker continue to grow, this thing, it'll get to where it can't breathe. So let's cut that one off there. And that's where I'm going to put my tie at. So you just take these ties. I got the string through the one side, the twine through the one side. You just take it around, stick it through the other side. Like that. And then you just tie it together. But I like to leave a loop, so I'll tie this about right there, and then I'll put another loop in it. You don't need to tie them that tight to the stalk. This does two things. It allows the tomato to grow without restriction in here. You've got plenty of room in there, and it's going to stay because of these limbs. It also makes it easy to retrieve next year when you get ready to take these off. You just come in with your nippers, cut that off, and put your rubber thing in your container. Before I tie that up, I want to show you something else. So hold on just a second, and I'll go get another prop. So I want to show you another thing that I use to help the tomatoes pollinate. So pollinator, you don't need to have pollinators necessarily for tomatoes. You do for all this other stuff. It's helpful, but you can help the tomatoes along. You can help the tomatoes along and help them pollinate with an electric toothbrush. And you just turn it on, and then you just touch the branches where the flower sets are, and it puffs the pollen for them. And it's really cool. I'm going to see if I get a couple of these in the sun and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to put it in slow motion. I did a couple of these flowers yesterday, so I was going to do them all, and then I wanted to save them for this. And I was waiting for the sun to get where it is. So hopefully I can get a couple of these to puff for you, and you'll be able to see it. It's really pretty cool. Okay, so I went ahead and got these cleaned up, got them tied up, and I went ahead and thinned them out. I didn't take all the suckers off. This limb here with the sets on it is a sucker that I tied up. I let it grow. The main stem is there. And I'm taking the rest of the suckers off as I come up and find them. So I cleaned these four bushes up here, these four tomato plants, and so they can get airflow through them. And here's my cut pile. So all this stuff I took off is stuff that isn't needed. Some of it would have produced some tomatoes if I let it go, but like it's too thick, so took those off. So that's just stuff that these 4 plants here are not having to support. So I'm hoping they'll do better. They'll do better this way, but I wanted to show you the sucker thing, and I keep finding them and have to keep cutting them off. You gotta stay on top of them if you're gonna do that. So they look good. Nice airflow through there. I've got several sets on these. I got some tomatoes coming in right there, and then got some flower sets on those. Got some flower sets on those over there. So hopefully we're going to have a lot more tomatoes on here pretty soon. So there we go. And then the ones on the back that I showed you that I keep the suckers pinched off of, they're doing really good. I'm getting got some good sets on the bottom, working their way up, and they're just they'll continue to work their way up. This is the cherry. It's kind of doing the same thing. I've got tomatoes on the bottom that are coming in, and then it's setting tomatoes as it continues to go up. So I like that. This is the first year that I have really kind of stayed on top of them and pruned them that much. But I like the result. Got tomatoes coming in on all of these on the back. I have tomatoes coming in. Got some good sets on them on the bottom, working their way up. I like it. So that pollen puffing with that toothbrush is pretty cool, I think. Works good, helps make more fruit set, moves the pollen around. Yeah, just works good. Not something I came up with, but something I wanted to share with you and show you. Hopefully the video came out good. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button if you would, subscribe. That'd be right up here. Comment and share, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks. See ya.